Welcome back to Wrestling with Horror. My name is Andrew Dreamer, and today we're going to talk a little bit about my pro wrestling journey up to this point. So let's go. All right, before we get going, once again, I just want to say thank you to everybody who has subscribed, who has watched my videos over the last month. October was a huge month for this channel. We grew a lot, and there was a lot of content that came out. I wanted to do a little bit more, but some circumstances prevented that from happening. However, I'm going to keep pushing forward, and I just want you all to know that I appreciate your support more than you can possibly know. So make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Tell everybody you know about this channel so we can continue to grow, and let's get going with this video. So, last year in 2021, my professional wrestling journey officially began. Now, truly, it probably began much earlier when I was a kid. But the steps that I took to get to be in the ring, that culminated last year when I got the chance to go to Norcross, Georgia and train at the Nightmare Factory under Cody Rhodes and QT Marshall. Now, this for me is basically just a lifelong dream. Cody Rhodes is a huge inspiration for me, and to be able to learn under him and QT and Glacier and Alan Angels, Preston Vance, and everybody else who stepped in and helped along the way. It was a huge honor for me to be there. And, you know, honestly, I don't want to go too deep into exactly what we did during our training sessions down there, out of respect for my coaches, for my school, and for the brothers that I made while I was there. So I just want to talk a little bit about my side of it, personally how I felt while I was there. So I've been a fan of professional wrestling ever since I can remember when I was a child. And I always wanted to do it. Never thought that I could, didn't think I was big enough or strong enough, or heck, at the time, I didn't even think I was skinny enough. But you know what? I decided that I wanted to make some changes in my life, and I did that. I worked really hard, and then I found out one day that Cody Rhodes was now going to be coaching at a wrestling school that was going to be called the Nightmare Factory. Now, at the time, I didn't really know what that was going to be about. I thought it sounded cool, and as the months rolled on and more information came out, I decided that I wanted to try to be a part of it. So I applied, and I got accepted, and I was super excited about that. So for April, May, and June of last year, I was in Norcross, Georgia, being trained by one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. And not just one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, but by somebody who is genuinely one of the nicest and smartest people in the business. And that is not to take anything away from my other coaches, because QT is also one of the best workers in the business. He is one of the smartest minds in the business. He's one of the best trainers in the professional wrestling world today, and he doesn't get enough credit for everything that he does. So day one, walking into that facility for the first time was extremely nerve-wracking, and quite frankly, it was scary for me. Because me at 25 years old, I had never really been away from my hometown all that much. I didn't live with my parents or anything like that, but I had never just gone anywhere and been on my own. So here I am in Atlanta, Georgia, by myself with no friends and no family to surround me or support me for 3 whole months. I'm living in a hotel, all for this dream that most people in my life at the time told me was stupid. But that didn't matter to me because I knew that I had to go chase that dream, and I knew that if I didn't do it then I never would. So I did it. I took a leap of faith. I walked out on that ledge. I went for it. And you know what? I don't regret a second of it. I am eternally grateful for the experience that I got, the friendships that I made. And I can't express enough how thankful I am for that. So day one, we walk in there, and everybody's sort of introducing themselves. A few people already knew each other, but some didn't. Me, I'm kind of just off by myself. I am a severely anxious person in social situations, and I'm really, really introverted, so I don't talk to a lot of people. I'm not usually the first one to initiate a conversation. I'm working on it. But, I'm in there and I'm feeling nervous. But once we got into the training and you get to know these people, I mean it when I say these people became my brothers, and we will be brothers for life. We all still talk to this day, and we support each other. We pick each other up when we're down. We follow each other's careers. And it's amazing to have people in the wrestling business like that. So after that 3 months, we put on a showcase. And we were all extremely, extremely proud of the work that went into that showcase. And I think when you watch that show, you can go on YouTube and watch it on the Nightmare Family YouTube channel, by the way. It's Nightmare Factory Showcase 3. Still the most viewed showcase on the channel, by the way. But when you watch that show, I think you can see the bond that we all had with one another. You can see the literal blood, the sweat, and the tears that we all shed inside that ring for each other. And then it was time to go home. I had to come back home after 3 months away, after 3 months of putting in work and building this brotherhood. And I'll just be quite frank with you. I fell into a pretty big rut. I fell into a rut and I got depressed. And honestly, I haven't wrestled since that showcase. I didn't really have the money to keep going when I got back. I had to start working again, trying to find a job to build myself back up financially because it took a lot for me to go down there. So, I haven't wrestled, but my whole point in making this video is to tell each and every person watching that I'm not done. I am not giving up. I will be in a wrestling ring again much, much sooner rather than later. And the name Andrew Dreamer is a name that everybody is going to remember.